This program is proudly sponsored by Ben Benny Travel and Consult, Rope Automation Limited, Hemco Enterprise, Lightest Multimedia, Preci Logistics, Ken Lee Company, Reps Household, eFashion and Boutique, Decovas Enterprise, and ABBA Partners.
Hello, wonderful viewers. You are welcome once again to Health Talk with Lisa. This is PCTV, and today our discussion is going to be on low back pain and knee pain. PCTV has been possible and materialized today because of the great visionary, and she's in the person of Apostle Mrs. Bernice Agyeman Prempeh. Mommy, thank you so much for birthing PCTV, and she's been so supported by the amazing ballistic papa, her husband, Mr. Benjamin Agyeman Prempeh. Thank you for the love. Thank you so much for birthing PCTV. So our mother, Apostle Mrs. Bernice Agyeman Prempeh, is the founder and general overseer of Promised Land Faith Ministries. And we are located at Tema Community 1 behind the Goil Oil Filling Station. We also have a temple at Doyum of the Shire Hills Akosombo Road. That is the Dominion Temple. You can also locate us at Ashaiama Atadeka at the Victory Temple. So Promised Land Faith Ministries have a number of programs running on PCTV and also in person. So you are welcome to join us at any of our temples for our services. On Mondays is a Bible study online at 7 p.m. right here on this channel. And then on Wednesdays, we have Faith Hour at the Faith Temple, Tema Community 1, behind the Goil Oil Filling Station at 10 a.m. And then on Thursdays, we have Inspirational Hour on PCTV at 4 p.m. And then on Sundays at 4 p.m., as we're having now, is the Health Talk with Lisa. On Sundays, we are very privileged to have two services. In the morning, we have Victory Service at the Faith Temple at Community 1. And then in the evenings, you can visit us at the Atadeka Temple, that is Victory Temple in Ashaiama. Now, on the last Friday of every month, we have the Dominion All Night at the Doyum Temple off the Shire Hills Akosombo Road. And so that's why last week we weren't on air. So on the last Friday of every month, you meet us at Doyum. And then on Sunday, on the last week of every month, we are also there at Doyum to fellowship. You are always welcome to join us there. So now, to today's discussion, as I mentioned earlier, it's about knee and then low back pain. Sometimes you have people saying, Mississippi, yeah. Today we are blessed to have a physiotherapist in our midst to delve into the issues to identify whether Mississippi, and is it actually Mississippi or it's a low back pain, and how to manage these kind of pains when they come. So join me, welcome Dr. Mercy Mills. Dr. Mills, you are welcome to PCTV.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so we want you to just tell us a bit about yourself so that our listeners will know who we are dealing with today.
Okay, so simply put, I'm actually a physiotherapist.
Okay.
At the New Crystal Hospital. Yeah.
At Tema.
At Tema Community 1.
Okay, all right. So we're going into our discussion for today. So we do hear people complain of low back pain, but they usually come in, I think they usually come in saying, say, Mississippi, and I say, Miko to J. What brings about or what causes these pains in the body?
Okay, thank you so much. And then thank you, listeners, too. When we talk about low back pain, or when we talk about the lower back, let me start from there. When we talk about the lower back, we are talking about our lumbar side. And when I talk about lumbar side, it's more scientific. So we say which fiti which fin eba or twice on side no is your lower back. Okay. So when they come with Mrs. Yemia, most times when you ask questions, you end up finding out that it's just around that area that they feel the pain. And then as for our knees, we all know where our knees are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
low back pain has a lot of causes though. There are a lot of things that brings about low back pain and even knee pain too as well. And mostly is our day-to-day activities that we do. It's daily things that we do that we don't realize that it's causing us pain. Because when you start it gradually, your body gets used to it. And then now when you want to go back to the right path,
That
it starts to
doesn't-
react.
Okay.
So in so doing, you begin to have those pain. Okay. So when we say low back pain, causes of low back pain, it could be long sitting. Somebody sits for hours and then they sit behind their PC for hours, forgetting that your muscles are working during that sitting.
Oh, our muscles do work while we are, so as we are sitting now, our muscles are working.
They work because they have to be in synergy to be able to keep you in your sitting posture.
Okay.
Even when you are standing, your muscles work to be able to make you stand. So you realize that some people stand and then they are tilted one side, and then you ask what's the issue. One side of their muscle is having issues and another side is working. Anything that you do, God has his own way of creating us. When I say creating us, it's as if he's now creating us. He has created us in his own image and in a way that our body is made of two sides. They pull together to make come together to actually put together our body. So one side needs to work and then the other side also needs to work so that they will be in harmony. Then your body can be straight enough to be able to keep up with whatever that you do. Okay, so causes of low back pain, just as I said, long sitting can actually cause low back pain. Long standing, the way we carry our loads. Sometimes you carry stuff and then you don't carry it properly. At the first instance, you are fine, but gradually it gets to a point your body starts to react because it has been overused for a while, so it begins to react back to whatever you have used the body for. And I'm sure as time goes on, we'll get to
know more about
it.
the causes and all. Okay, so viewers, as we go deeper into the discussion, you wouldn't want to miss out on it, so kindly go to the share button and please share, invite others to be part of it. And I believe it will really be a blessing to us or very insightful to us to know about this. So as you were talking about the causes that is due to our daily activities, is there a particular age range that people begin to experience this pain?
Okay, so it doesn't really have like an age range per se, but mostly old people.
When you say old, can you give us
when I say old people,
age
it can
range?
even start at 40, depending on the person's health condition.
Okay.
It can actually even start at 40, and mostly, I can say mostly old. Let me put it around, 50, 60 thereabout. Most times they are the ones that complain of low back pain a lot. When you hear any young person having low back pain, it could be as a result of trauma or something happened. They will tell you, I was doing something and then this happened. I heard the sound, or probably I was in some position. Good.
Okay.
Maybe our picture be when picture and then that sound comes. And I be one then it happens that way. So mostly young people do not really experience low back pain. They experience it when something happens. But an old person can just be there all of a sudden and then you're like, I feel that pain. It has been long years of doing something over and over and over again, and then now your body can't accept those things that you do again, especially when I say current stuff. So most of our old people, when you ask them of the things that they used to do, some people used to sell, they carry stuff on their head.
Okay.
They carry things from the ground on top. The things that they do gradually, at first when you are young, your body is able to hold up all of those things. But gradually, when you grow old and your body can hold it up again, now the feedback is the pain that you get. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So, as you were talking about these courses and the age range, and then as it's because of our daily activities, you've mentioned lifting things, we can't take that out of our lifestyle,
Yeah.
carrying load. And so with the carrying load, how is that related to back pain or knee pain?
Okay, so one thing I'll say is that the spine is in such a way that whether you are sitting or you are standing, gravity is acting. And then when gravity acts, it pulls everything from top to bottom. So definitely it's going to pull your spine downwards. And there's a disc in the middle of the spine that actually helps to absorb all the shock as you are standing. Everything everything that is being pulled down, the spine actually holds it up so that we don't normally feel the impact most of the time. The muscles also help in a way of holding up the body so that it doesn't break down in a way when you are carrying stuff. So there's a way to carry stuff to protect this that I'm talking about, and also the muscles too as well, because when we keep on putting them in some positions, the muscles or the body is in such a way that when you start teaching it something gradually, they pick it up gradually, because the muscles, they expand and then they grow. They expand and then they grow. So as you grow, your muscles also grow as well, because when your muscles are made up of cells, and cells grow.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you are growing, your muscles grow, they grow together with you so that they can keep up with the age range, the things that you do. Because when you are babies, you can't carry stuff, you can't hold anything, so you don't really have muscles to do that. But gradually your muscles keep up. As you grow, it keeps up. You get to a position, they ask you to pick something, you're able to pick it up because your muscles, everything in your body is growing together with you. Okay, to be able to keep up
With our activities.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the impact of posture on our back and in our knee?
Okay, so posture has a lot of it has a lot to do with our back pain and then our knee pain too as well. So sometimes you sit in a way, okay, let me use this example. We slouch in a chair, okay. Immediately you slouch in a chair.
Please, if you say slouching, okay. I know I used to slouch a lot. Even now, sometimes I forget myself and slouch. So is this like slouching?
Yes, slouching is when your body looks like a diagonal shape in your chair.
So as I've slanted myself like this in the chair.
Yes, it
I'm
means
slouching.
you are slouching.
Okay.
And
And
the
so
way-
this is not good.
It's not good. Mostly when you slouch, there are some muscles at your back that actually relaxes. There are some of them that actually contract. In anything that you do, your muscles work with you, okay? Because when they don't do that, it means that you cannot do those things. The muscles and then the nerves, they work together, because the nerves innovate the muscles to work. So when you put your body in some position, those things in your body keep up with whatever you are doing. So when you slouch, there are some muscles at your back that relaxes, and then some of them will also contract too as well, just to be able to keep up your position. Now let's say you slouch for that long, every day you do that, you realize that when you're standing in a mirror and you look at yourself, you notice a change in your body. And then imagine you are always slouching in your house. Let's say you don't go out for let's say a month, and you've been slouching in your chair for a month, and then you go out, you go to your office, and then you realize that the setting in your office has changed. They're giving you a new seat. Your seat in your office has been changed in a way that is keeping your back straight. Now you sit in the chair, you're going to find it so difficult to adjust in that chair, because you've been doing something to your back, and then your back muscles have gotten used to that thing. Now you want to change it, you want to sit straight and then do your work. You realize that you are going to feel, it starts with pain. Pain is just the reaction that we get. Pain is actually, in a way, in a medical field, we say pain is good, because when somebody feels pain, you know the person is alive and something is going on in the person's body that needs to be addressed. Yes. So if you don't have pain, then it means that we say you are fine or you are dead, because if you don't have pain, it means that there's
Everything
nothing going
should
on
be
in your body.
okay.
Everything should be okay. If you're alive, everything should be okay in your body. And if you are not alive too, then probably you are dead. You are not supposed to feel pain. But immediately you feel pain, then it means that there's something going on. So in that chair that you have, you will not be able to sit in properly to your satisfaction. You end up having pain because those muscles that have been relaxed might probably need to be contracted to be able to sit in the chair. Those that have been contracted to are supposed to maybe relax for you to sit in the chair. But now the slouching has actually changed everything and is making it difficult for you to sit in the chair. So it's bad to actually slouch when you are in a chair. It's good to sit properly.
What
I
is
say-
that proper sitting posture that we should have?
So when I say proper sitting posture, we'll get a photo of it. When I say proper sitting posture, it means that your back needs to be straight. In a way, your legs, your knee, and then your ankle. From your hip to your ankle to your knee to your ankle are supposed to be at least in a 90-degree shape. Should I call it shape, or in a 90-degree position to be able to keep up when your legs are resting. Your legs are resting.
Then I should be crossing my legs.
Even
Okay.
we sometimes cross it, but it's not supposed to be for a long time. Yes,
Okay.
it's not supposed to be for a long time. And so when you sit, your two foot are supposed to be on the ground, and then your hip, your knee, and then your leg in a 90-degree posture, and then your back very straight. When I say straight, not straight in a line, straight in a line, but your body has its own way. Your body has its own way of calling it straight in a
Okay.
way. When you are sitting straight, you know that you are sitting straight. Because when you are sitting straight, you don't need to slouch. You don't need to bring out your chest. You don't need to do anything like extra. You don't need to go an extra mile to sit straight. Okay, because your muscles at your back will help you actually sit straight. If you're someone who slouches for a long time, you find it difficult. But when you always sit up straight like that, it will be very easy because we have intrinsic muscles that are closer to the spine. We call them the core muscles. They are the ones that actually help us to sit properly. Okay, and so when we keep up sitting properly, they are being strengthened in a way, and they actually do not have issues most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we say sitting properly, that's what it's supposed to be. Your back straight, and then your waist, or let's say your hip, your knee to your ankle are supposed to be in that
Yes.
90-degree
Position.
angle. Yeah.
Yeah. So that will prevent this discomfort that you would usually have in the
Yeah.
low back or the.
Sure.
So what of those who are not in the office setting? Because as you were talking about it, you moved and shifted to the office setting. What of those in the market and you don't have these chairs with all these posture thing behind it? Because in the offices, you see these office chairs, they sometimes have the back in a particular way that supports you.
Go back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's true though. Okay,
So for the market woman who is sitting on a stool, you will never find a chair in the market with the back like this. No, like the
Yeah.
office chair. Hardly, unless probably in the supermarket. But
Yeah,
usually
sure.
find stools.
Yeah, even stools, we find them in our houses most of the time.
Yeah. So
But you know that the things that you do with conscious effort, at some point, there's a saying that when you do something 21 times, it becomes a habit. And then when you decide that you want to break it, it will take a long time
to
for
do
you to
that.
break it.
Yeah.
So probably if you make a conscious effort to actually sit. So let's use this example, sitting on a stool at home. Okay. When you make that conscious effort of not slouching, because at home, because there's no support, we slouch a lot. Even our parents will teach us to slouch most of the time because you see them slouching with their hands on their cheek, like in a thinking position. When they
Or
do that,
relaxing.
they are already slouch already. So you look at them gradually. When you go to
also
some
pick
point,
up.
you also pick up what they do. So most of the time, when there's no back support, we tend to slouch a lot. That one. So it's more or less making that conscious effort to actually sit straight without the back. I think when you don't have a back support, it actually even helps you to keep up keeping your back straight.
Straight.
Because when you have a back support, you end
You
up
tend to slouch in the chair.
good. Even if you don't slouch, and then the chair helps you, like the chair is in the right position to help you sit up straight. You end up relaxing in the chair, and then you are okay. Now when you get to where there's no stool, there's no back support, it means that you have to make the conscious effort to actually sit back straight. We can see a photo on our screens too as well.
Okay.
You can see the first photo is actually slouching.
Okay. So this one doesn't have a back support. It's like
It doesn't
a stool.
it's a stool, and it doesn't have a back support. You realize that from the hip to the knee to the ankle is actually in the right position, but you realize that the back
is rather
good. It has that C shape and is in a slouching position. You can't sit like that, because when you do that, your muscles there will start reacting when you decide to sit in that second position.
that's the middle position,
Good.
which is the right way to
Which
sit.
is the right way to sit. And then the last one, you realize that the lady is trying to sit in a proper position, but she's doing it too much because she has arched her back, and then it feels like her chest is more out. When you sit like that, you even get tired in just 2 minutes, more than even the slouching.
Okay.
Yes, because in this case, it's like you are overworking the muscles to put you in that position. Okay, but the second one is actually more relaxed because her back is straight, and when you do that, it doesn't take too much muscles to actually sit straight like that. Yes, so you can keep note of the photos
Okay.
and try to sit properly.
Are we able to have the one with the
Back
back
support.
so that's okay?
Okay, so this one too as well. Good. This one has back support. He's sitting in the right position because he doesn't need to push. The chair is even helping. Is even helping for him to sit properly.
Yeah.
Now when you get to the second one, the chair has excessive arch at the back. So he's forced to actually sit in that position because of the seat. Now the last person as well has been slouching for a long time, and even if the chair is okay for him,
He's not able
to sit properly.
So then this calls for a conscious effort.
To actually do that.
Wow. This can really take time to get that straight, and you have to, because I told you I used to slouch a lot. So it took me time. When I'm slouching, I go like, hey girl, sit up straight, and then I tend to sit straight.
Sure.
But before we continue, when I started doing that, I began feeling pain at the back.
Okay. So that one is actually like a normal reaction when you want to start something. Okay.
Okay.
Just as I said from the beginning, the muscles have their own way of adapting. Okay. So when you put them in some positions for a long time, they begin to feel that this is the right position. It's like you doing things at home and the kids keep watching. Now the kids go outside and then they see something different. They feel like whatever they are seeing outside is foreign. Yes. So even if they are forced outside to actually get used to what they are seeing outside, it will take some time. And even some children will not even bow. They will actually even react to that
What is
thing.
being done.
That is how the muscles are. When you keep them in some position for a long time, they get used to that position. Now when you want to bring them back to another kind of position, it will take some time. So, and the muscles are in such a way that anything that they do, they react. Okay. So the reaction is the pain that you get, but gradually, when you continue, that's why I say that it's a conscious effort. When you make your mind that, okay, this is what I'm going to do, after some time, the muscle will pick up.
Okay.
Because they adapt to anything. Okay, so it's like you losing a limb, so you're right hand and then you lose your right hand. God has a special way of helping us in a way. Okay, so now you start using your left hand. After some time, your left hand will pick up a lot of things and you start using it, and it will be normal and simple for you as time goes on. It will take some time, but you pick up. The muscles are like that. The body is adaptable to anything, any position that you put it. You put the muscle
into.
Yes. So we have to actually take. How do I even put it? We have to take we have to use that opportunity or take that I don't know what word to use, but share friend say muscle no so na sesa the way we do our things in a way. Okay, it's an opportunity for us to actually retrain our muscles to do things that we want it to do because of its adaptability.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
It can easily adapt just by that, just that we'll have a little bit of pain, which is a
Sure.
normal reaction, but we
Yeah.
need to do that. Inti, sisi, I can't, yeah, yakasani na ya low back, low back, low back, no. So what about the knee? You've talked about how the posture results in low back pain. What of the knee? Does the
Okay.
posture has an effect?
Okay, so posture also has an effect on the knee too as well. It actually has an effect on the whole body, in the whole body as a whole. So let's say you stand in a way that you shift your body weight to one leg. So somebody likes to stand and then they shift
Relaxes or puts their weight on one leg.
on one leg in a way. This I don't know how to put it, but I don't know the name to call it, but maybe gradually it will come. We shift our body weight to one leg and we stand in a way. From the beginning, you'll be comfortable because, so let's say you are standing for a long time, and then because you are standing, you are tired, your legs are tired. So now you shift to one side of the leg, and then you'll be standing there for a while. You realize that when you do that, the next time you do the same thing, you keep doing the same thing, you keep doing the same thing. Now you realize that that other knee or that other leg that has not been used, there's a day that you decide to shift on that side. When you decide to shift on that other knee too as well, there's a reaction. It's either you're going to feel pain at one side or you will not feel pain at one side. And the knee is in such a way that it carries the whole body, especially when you are standing. Okay. So your whole weight from your head all the way to your hip, the knee carries that
That
load.
weight.
So imagine you are that heavy. Your knee is not as heavy as your whole body. So now your knee will actually need to hold up all that weight. So sometimes you hear, mostly you hardly hear any slim person tell you I have knee pain without any issue, like probably my wambofom and I be born. Okay, they hardly complain. But those of us with that weight, we can even feel knee pain without anything hitting us or without any external action or anything. We can just be there and all of a sudden we have knee pain because our weight is taking a toll on the knee.
Okay.
Yeah. So mostly before you have knee pain, it's either trauma, you fall, something hits the knee, or your weight is having a toll on the knee most times, or you are not standing properly. That's how come most times you have knee
You
pain.
have those pains coming up. So it looks like everything we are saying is bordering about our activities, our lifestyle.
Sure.
So so you've mentioned some of the lifestyle changes. Are there any other ones that can help us to support our back and then our knee, aside the sitting and then the standing? So let's start with the standing posture. What lifestyle should we take to help us in our standing posture that can reduce this pain?
Okay, so just as I said from the beginning, we need to make that conscious effort. You know, if we don't make that conscious effort, we cannot keep up with we cannot keep up with our body in itself. And then when it becomes, and let's say when it becomes worse, when I say when it becomes worse in a way, we have conditions that actually affects the lower back. We have spondylosis. We have osteoarthritis that also affects the knee. We have rheumatoid arthritis that affects the knee. We have arthritis on itself that actually affects even the whole joints in the body as well. So when it becomes worse off and then you realize that the muscles cannot hold up the spine anymore and it's giving too much pain it's giving too much pain. Mostly when you come to the hospital settings, we actually prescribe like a lumbar brace for mostly old people because they cannot train their muscles back again, or mostly their muscle are so weak to actually keep up with trying as much as possible to be conscious to sit properly or maybe stand properly. And then when it comes to the knee too, mostly when we talk about OA affects the knee in a way. And so if the disc in the knee also starts to wear off, that is when we call it OA. The ligaments and
What is the OA?
Okay, so OA is osteoarthritis.
Okay.
OA is osteoarthritis. So osteoarthritis actually happens when the how do you call this thing? There's a covering around the knee. Okay. So let me use this example. See the chicken that we chew.
Yeah.
When you chew chicken, that's how do I put it?
That's like a rubber-like.
Crispy. Should I call
Part.
it crispy or rubbery thing that is around the joint side?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that in our knees too as well.
Okay.
And then the disc there, the meniscus there is also there. When the meniscus wears off, now two bones and two bones start to rub against each other. When they start rubbing against each other like that, the surfaces wear off. Okay, that surface that wears off, you end up having swollen knees. They cannot stand on the knee properly and all that. Sometimes it also actually affects the knee in a vast way though. So mostly we actually prescribe like knee brace for those who have
the
that.
knee brace?
Okay, so the knee brace is actually the knee brace and then the lumbar brace. They are all supportive like devices that actually helps the knee. They help the knee and then they help the lower back too as well. Okay, so when you put on the lumbar brace is supposed to help you sit upright.
Okay.
Yes, it helps do the things that the muscles are not able to do at that moment. Okay, so we put on the knee brace to actually take off some of the weight off the knee and also keep the knee stabilized when you are walking. Okay, and then it helps reduce pain too as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so we can see a photo of a knee brace.
Okay. Okay. So it's not like POP. It's not like wearing a POP.
No.
It's very flexible.
It's very flexible. There are adjustable sides that you can actually adjust to be able to fit your knee.
Okay. Okay, we have some of our viewers joining us online. There's shout outs from Kekeli Best. She said Dr. Milson show. Promise Land Faith Ministry saying he is God. Truly he can do all things. Mario Poku Ampa Oyonyami Otumi Ade Ninaye. Phoebe Azu, thank you too for joining us. Please continue to share so that this discussion can go on well. And if you have any questions, any suggestions, anything that you'd like to share with us, please go to the comment section and then do share with us as we go on in this discussion. So we've talked about weight. We've touched on weight. How are we to manage our weight in relation to these pains that may come up?
Okay, so there's a balance to our weight. Okay, so we call something BMI. Okay,
Which is,
uh,
for those who are not very familiar with the terms, like the body mass index. So
Yeah.
what does it mean to say BMI or body mass index?
okay, so so when you say BMI, okay, just as you said, body mass index is actually like your weight and then your height. Okay, so it's a combination. Should I say combination? No, is your weight over your height squared. Okay, so in this way, your weight and then your height needs to be in proportion so that your whole body can actually keep up. When I say that, somebody is heavier for their weight, for their height.
Oh.
Okay, so when you calculate that thing, there's a how do you call it? There's a range that you're supposed to be in. When you are lower than that range, we say that you are underweight, and then when you are higher than that weight, they say that you are overweight. Okay, when you are overweight, it means that you are heavy. You are heavy for the things that you have in your body. So most times, overweight mostly is more related to fat than muscle, because your muscles and everything in your body are supposed to be proportional. And I'm sure, just as I said from the beginning, we grow with our body. Everything inside our body grow proportionally to be able to keep up with us. So somebody might be very fat, the person doesn't complain of knee pain or anything.
Yes,
I'm
BMI is in proportion.
I'm sure when you check the person's BMI, you realize that the person is okay, even though feeling so small or TikTok, but it is in proportion, because that's how the body is. In the height and in the weight, in height in proportion. Good. So that person doesn't have any issue. Even one almost also power and then you realize that original weight scale in the now or checking the weight, the weight is even more. So you are wondering how what the height in the count now your calculations, whether you are going to get like a right BMI for the person. When you have too much fat in your body, it makes you like that fat, and then when you are that fat, it has effect on a lot of things, your lower back, and then even your knee. Your knee always has issues when you are overweight, because your knee needs to hold up, it needs to carry all of that weight. So as for the knee actually has a lot of issue when it comes to your weight.
The weight. Okay. Is there any importance with footwear when it comes to this knee and then low back pain?
Okay, so footwear, yeah, footwear can also, I know, yeah, footwear can also cause issues for the knee too as well. Okay,
but not the back.
Mostly, is the effect is more on the knee.
Okay.
Because it is connected to the knee, like it's closer to the knee, though. Especially those of us that wear heels. As for heels, those of us that cannot walk in heels, mostly, okay, I don't like walking in heels though, not because I cannot wear the heels, but I feel like may you know na my brain, may you know na my brain, and then mostly I always advise myself though not to go more than the inches that I can stand on.
Okay.
Because when you stand on the heels, number one, your calf muscles need to work. Your Achilles tendon are being, they are being shortened in a way. Okay, so you end up standing on your toes instead of standing on the whole foot from your big toe to your heel.
Because your feet tends to be like this in the heel.
So you are
depending on the height of the heel. So it's like all your weight is on the toes.
On the toes, instead of like dissipating under your foot, like when you are standing. Your whole body is supposed to stand on your foot, the whole foot, not only the toes.
Okay.
So when you stand like that, you stand in the heel for hours. I'm wondering how when you take it off, you're going to feel. But some people walk in, and some people have learned to walk in it for a long time, and they don't have issues. It's fine. Those of us who cannot walk in it, I will not advise that you force yourself to walk in it. Some people have done that several times and they are fine. Just as I said, the muscle has a way of adapting. So when you put it in some position for a long time, they will adapt. But if you have not been able to adapt for some time, I have actually given up. So maybe some people will also give up in a way. And then sometimes you wear some shoes that have like too much arch. There's an arch under our foot. Okay, it's naturally there. Okay, so when you buy shoes, especially the sneakers that we buy, you realize that there's some
as a ramp kakeri wall in China.
Okay, good. Yes, that is the arch. That thing is done to be able to fit that natural arch that we have under our foot. Some of the footwears that we wear has too much arch. When it has too much arch, it actually causes issues for the foot itself, and then it even has impact on the way you walk. The way you walk when the arch is too much. When the arch is even very low too, it also has an issue. Good. So we have some people that have flat foot. We have some people that have high arch and all that. Mostly, if it's something that you have already, like a flat foot, when I say flat foot, those who do not have arch at all, you realize that that side where the arch is very flat. Some people to have very high arch like that. If that is how you were born, or that is how your foot is, mostly when you wear footwears, you can actually try and get those how do you call it, those things that we put in the shoes. You can get
I say
those.
padding now the tumpo.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get them out anywhere and then try and put in there just to fit into your shoes. And it makes you walk properly, and it helps too as well.
Okay. That means when we are going in to buy footwears, we have to check for those things.
Yes.
We shouldn't just look at the beauty of it and then
And-
go in for it.
And even mostly when you buy the shoes, when you put your legs in it, when you feel uncomfortable, you know that this is uncomfortable. That's why I'm chair and I may this is what happens. When you feel uncomfortable, you don't need to wear them.
Because it could cause problems for us
Sure.
later. Okay. Please, we have a question here. It says, is it true that it's not advisable to skip or jog when you are overweight to prevent knee damage in the future?
Okay. I don't know how true that is, but I always tell my clients that if you want to manage your weight, or you want to lose weight, or like you want your weight to get to some point, you start gradually. Okay. You don't just enter into it. You start gradually. So when you've checked your blood pressure, you've checked your weight, you've checked your height and everything, your doctor is actually going to tell you where the issue is. Okay, then you can start from there. Because I'm sure those who are skipping, those who have like that weight and they are skipping, I'm sure they've started with something. You can't just start with skipping. Okay. And I don't even know how you're going to skip, if you're going to jump very high and then skip. If you have that weight, can you be able to skip? Some people can do, but I'm not sure it's going to have an impact on your knee, because your weight is going to move according to the way
Because you see, when you're skipping, you sort of have your knee bent in a way.
Yes, and then you keep it down. I don't think there's an issue to it. But if you start skipping and you feel pain, if you haven't checked all of those things that I'm talking about, like your weight, your height, if you haven't checked you need to start from somewhere slowly, and then you get to that point. Okay, so there are some exercises that are very light that you can start with it, and then gradually you graduate to like the more intense ones. Okay, I think that one will be better. But when you start directly with skipping with like that weight,
heavy stuff.
yeah, I'm sure you're going to have issues. When you start feeling pain, I don't think you should continue.
Well, probably you should seek expert advice. You don't just, because you feel you're overweight and people are saying these things, so you just start and let me go and also skip, let me also go and jog, let me also go and that.
Sure.
You should seek
sure.
for advice to know what
It's
kind of
good for you.
exercise to engage in.
Yeah.
Okay. So with our next question, we've talked about our sitting and daily activities, but is there any occupation or activities that increases our risk of developing knee or low back pain?
Okay. So here in Ghana, most of our work that we do, most of them, from the office to the how do you call it, to the field, most of them actually puts us at that risk of having those pain, the low back pain, and then the knee pain too as well. Okay, so just as I'm saying, the body adapts. So let's say, especially let me use an example. So those who work on the field, or let's say mason, those mason, and then the field workers, those who use the shovel and all of those things, they bend to actually do that.
Yeah.
They do that for hours, especially if they need to like hit a target, they need to reach a target. So the one you are building the house for, whoever you are doing the work for, tells you, okay, I need this thing ready in a month's time, or in 2 months' time. You need to hit that target. Okay, so you are going to work and do this thing. You are going to bend all the time, do that shoveling and all that. it's actually going to give you back pain in the long run.
No, but you have to work to eat. So
Yes,
I
that's
mean,
what
and you
I'm
can't
saying.
take out the bending.
Great. That's what I'm saying, that in Ghana, almost all our jobs, because when you go to the office, somebody needs to meet a target. They are going to sit behind their PCs, they are going
PCs
to
for
sit in the
long.
office and then work on their files and everything. They need to be able to clear everything on their desk, and they sit long hours. You're going to come back home with low back pain. Okay, so I believe in management, because here in Ghana, if anybody visits you in your clinic and you want to give the person an advice, I will actually recommend that you actually help the person to manage the pain in a way that it won't distract their work,
Their
and then it
activities.
will also keep them active. It will also keep them healthy too as well. Because in Ghana here, you cannot ask anybody to stop their jobs because their jobs are going to give them issues. At the long run, yes, it's really going to give them issues, but we have to help them manage it in a way. So sometimes you are in the office and then you have to hit a target. You are the one who is working. You are expert in what you are doing. So probably you can actually decide to divide or like share whatever you are doing in a way that will be convenient for you, and then you'll be able to hit your target too, and you won't find yourself having those kind of pain. So when I say that, I'm trying to say that, so somebody sits in the office for hours. They tell you immediately I enter my office, I get to work at maybe 7 o'clock, and I sit in my chair. I need to clear my desk. By the time I will be done, it's almost 5 p.m. in the evening. That's long hours of sitting. That's long hours of sitting. Even if you don't want to go anywhere, you can actually have a pause, like
A break and move
stretch your body, move out from the seat, walk a bit, like stretch. Make sure every part of your body is being stretched for some few minutes. Then you can come back
to
and
your
come and
desk.
sit, okay, and then continue with your work. Everything that you are doing, that is why they give us break. But here in Ghana, I don't know how our break works, because the break that they give you, you are thinking about your target, you are thinking about the things that you are going to do. Your boss is on your neck and all
Yeah.
of those things. So our breaks don't really work. So I advise my clients that at least, even if it doesn't work in the office, you still
Try,
go home,
yeah.
right? Yes. You
Yeah,
go
but we
home.
go back home and we are sitting again.
That's the thing. So when you go home, okay, when you go home, that is where you can actually have some time, okay. You are going to sleep, you are going to sit down and then eat before you go and sleep in a way. Have some time. Even if it's 20 minutes, even if it's 30 minutes, you can stretch your body, do some light exercises before you go back to bed. You realize that you wake up in the morning and you are refreshed. You will go back to the hurting job again. You cannot stop because it's feeding you in a way.
Yeah.
But in a way, you are managing yourself, because that pain is not like, it won't be continuous, because when you get home, you are doing something about it. Even at the workplace, you are taking time off. If they are not allowing you to go outside to have your break, you can actually have your own break in the office there. Try and stretch, walk around the office a bit and go back. At least when you go outside, your boss will see that you are outside, you are roaming, you are not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yes, but when you are inside and you are doing something around, at least there's a way that you can actually even stand when you are using your laptop in a good way, okay, so
But
that you
our
don't affect your
offices
body.
don't, I don't know for other, not all offices have that kind of setting where you can stand. So usually they have a desk where the desktop can sit on, or your PC can sit on, that you can raise it so that you can stand and continue working. So that after sitting for a few hours, you can just stand and then continue work. We don't have those kind of settings.
Okay,
We don't have those kind of
So-
settings here.
mostly I advise my clients that if it's something that you can do something about, okay, I'll actually advise that probably you do it. Somebody will say that my chair in the office, and Doc, as you are talking, my chair in the office is not even good. And even when I order for it, it will take some
take
time before
years
it
before.
will come. So what do? There are lots of things around us that we can use to help ourselves. We have pillow. You can buy pillow for yourself. Your company doesn't need to buy pillow for you. You can buy pillow for yourself. Adjust it in a way in your chair. If your chair is not adjustable, you can adjust your pillow. The pillow that you have, you can put it behind your chair. You can put it under. You can sit on. There are a lot of things that you can do. You can adjust for yourself because it's you. If anything happens to you, the company will replace you in just 2 minutes. Even as you are sitting there, as you are having issues, they are already advertising. When you leave there, somebody will come. So in a way,
take care of ourselves.
You need the money. You need to keep your job too as well. So you take care of yourself as you keep your job and you keep your money too as well. It's a win-win situation for everybody. Your company won't be complaining, and you too, you won't be complaining. Sure. You will have your money. Everybody will go home happy. In a way, you get it.
Yeah. So for me, I usually have lunch at my desk. So I just go pick it and I come back to sit behind my PC, still having lunch and continue working. Good. So what I decide to do is at some point I just move out and then go around, just take a stroll and then come back to my desk.
Good.
So I think that has been helping me a lot. That's one of the things I've been doing.
It's actually even good to actually even do that. Even we in the hospitals, there are times that you are overwhelmed with patients. Okay. You cannot decide that the whole day you work on your patients till like you are closed. If it's not an emergency, there's a way to communicate with your clients. Let them know that probably, okay, I want to go on a break. Give me some few minutes. Talk to them. Let them understand. They are in pain. But you cannot also be in pain and be taking care of somebody's pain. It won't work in that way. Because it's like you need to be healthy to be able to help somebody.
Sure.
Okay. You can't be in the same pit and decide that you want to pull somebody up. You all be in the same pool. So in a way, if I feel that I am tired from work, I try to go out, stretch, do whatever I have to do and come back. And I make sure that before I leave, my clients understand that this is what is going on. Because if you are coming to me with back pain, and your doctor yourself has back pain already, I don't know what you want
Who
me
is
to
going to
tell
help
you.
who?
Yes. Who is going to help you? I'm supposed to be helping you, but now I have the same issue as you. So who is helping you? So in a way, I need to be able to help myself, have that resource, and be able to tell you that this resource works. So you too, you should also do that in a way. So,
and so moving on, is there any dietary conditions that one needs to take to help deal with this pain? But before we go into the food aspects, let's take a quick break.
God will take the little you have and make much with it. Yes, John chapter number 6, verse number 9. And we need that divine direction. So nyame dia kwankyere brɛn sɛ ketwa ne busu yenye ni say I tell you say ebe so aba bebre na ebe bua busua na ebe bua nipa ebe bua wo man na bua nipa bebre wa abrabomo. You are holding something ade ne kuta unhu ne mfaso de because ade ne ya de ketwa bi ade ne de we de be na de watimi ayeye because of say value ade ne kuta no uni capacity uni ability wade nyame dia mo say utu ho na mo. And me here will be a WGD. Say little ne kutano no. Obetu one among. Now when yamia the rest for you. There me person me catch on say. You fit prakope. And then the PCTV I will show. It start from somewhere. If fit prakope. And mama bed is very yamini pa. Me start with 7 members in my living room. 7 members. The day I discover what is in me. I'm here divine direction. Me mama papa try me kwanya me faso. May his soul rest in peace. Pastor Harrison Conley. No mama the divine direction. Start something in your home as a cell. Now you're 7 people and a promise city every mwaba. Don't despise the little that you have. The doing a media amount men despise the chronicle town. If you don't make use of the little, can send it to me ma etiketwane kutano but somebody say with 2 gidianamo now jai can and God will provide, God will do it, God will blow your mind, God will surprise you. Don't despise the little because God uses the little.
welcome back to Health Talk with Lisa. And today's discussion has been on low back and knee pain. I believe we have learnt a lot so far throughout the discussion with regards to our posture, despite whether sitting or standing, with our working and daily activities. I believe we've learned so much. And as we wrap up, we would like PT Mills to tell us anything that has to do with our our diets that can help deal with such pain.
Okay. So with the diet stuff, I think the dietitians and the nutritionists will actually work more on that. But the little that I can say is that we should be more inclined to the calcium aspect of our food, the magnesium aspect of our food, protein, less carbohydrates. Yeah, I think those dietary supplements actually helps us in our day-to-day food that we eat. Yeah, in Ghana here, most of our traditional foods actually helps with those things, but we have now inclined to the other cultures, let me
continental
call it.
ones.
Yes, and then we are complaining even after moving. We think we are seeing the nice things, but we've moved from our traditional foods and then we've entered somewhere else and we're having issues. But I think our African foods actually have those dietary elements that we want in our diets. And when we use them, I'm sure we'll be able to keep up with our weights and our body supplements in its way.
Okay. And so are there any warning signs that requires any medical attention? What are some of the signs that we need to look out for?
Okay, so just as I said, in due course of our conversation, you carry something and then you hear a sound. When you hear a sound, it's not just a sound. You've not been hearing it in your body since something happened, and then now you
just
hear the
triggered
sound.
it.
Good, and then it just immediately you hear it. Just seek medical attention. Sometimes it's nothing, but it's better to do a checkup and know that it is nothing than waiting for it to get worse and then probably you need treatment, and then sometimes you get to the hospital and then it's like you want magic to happen so that everything will go away. But the moment it started gradually, it's actually going to go away gradually too as well. So when you hear anything, just as I said, pain actually tells you there's something wrong with your body. So immediately you start feeling pain. Don't think that is nothing. So it happens today and then it feels like tomorrow you are fine. And then the next day it happens again. It's the second time. You don't need to wait for the third time. Probably it's happening. And in the third time it will actually be very worse. So maybe in the second time you should seek medical help. Let them, I always say that do a checkup. Let them check you and then say, oh, you are fine or there's nothing. Then you can be rest assured that there's nothing wrong with you. But immediately you start hearing sounds, you feel pain. You wake up very early. Somebody wakes up very early in the morning and they say, I have neck pain. I don't know if I slept on my neck. That's what they will say. I don't know if I slept on my hand. And so the moment you slept on your hand, on your neck or on your hand, in some few days it's supposed to go away. Okay, in some few days it's not going away. Don't wait for it to become worse off that you cannot lift your hand or you cannot turn your neck at all. Then you want to get to the hospital. When you get there, the moment you have waited for it to get worse, you need to wait for it to get better. Everything that starts gradually goes away. It doesn't vanish.
Just like that. It takes time.
It will take time before it goes away. So immediately it starts. Maybe for the first time, you haven't heard of anything like that. Today we've spoken about it. But immediately you feel something. We always say that, oh, ebeko. Oh, yes, ebeko. But in some few days, if you realize, say, seek medical attention. Let them check you and say, oh, wait, and share and then you'll be rest assured that you are fine. But the moment you start feeling, you shouldn't wait for it to get worse.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Mills. I don't know if we could have the picture about how to lift things, because
yeah.
So before I let you go, I want you to touch a bit on that.
Okay. So on the screen, we actually have like safe lifting techniques. Okay. So you want to
Yeah, sorry, pija keke.
No.
You're quite fast with pija
a
nyama.
pija nyama. Because when you do that, the muscle, I don't know how to put, but there's a proportional way that your muscle is working to lift up that thing. When you bend all the way to pick up anything, your waist and then your hand, they are the ones that are doing your arm, and then your waist, they are the ones that are doing the work. You realize that when it is very heavy, you have to lift it and put it on your knees some way, somehow, before you lift it up. But when you lift it from the floor, your leg is working, your hip is working, your upper back is working, and even your hand, your shoulder, and then every part of your body is working. But they are working in their work is very light. It's not too much. You get it? So everybody is doing little to pick up the thing. And you don't need to lift it abruptly. Slowly from the floor. Your legs are in position, and then your arm lifts it, your shoulder is holding it. Your back is very straight, and so you don't need to strain it.
So you don't bend over.
You don't bend over to keep it. You don't bend it over to pick up whatever you are picking. But when you squat, you sometimes you can just do a shallow squat, and whatever you are picking from the floor, you can just lift it. But when it's heavy, you have to go all the way down, a bit of squatting. Pick up with your arm, and then you lift. When you are lifting, your legs have a little bit of work to keep up your body. Your back is straight, and then the muscle there is actually even working to keep it straight. Whatever you are holding, if it's heavy, your body will actually hold it, and then you will not strain any part of your body. You get it? You will not strain. So this is actually a correct way of actually lifting something. Okay. You keep your feet apart. You bend your knees, and then you keep your back straight.
And squat a bit.
You then squat a bit, you lift up your chin, and then you face forward. You don't have to bend your neck all the way to pick up whatever you are picking.
Maybe I'll share you from Afani.
So, when you are picking it, you don't need to be looking at it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Mills. And before we let you go, any last words for us to have no back pain, no knee pain, how to take care of our body?
Okay, so my last words will be that let's carry stuff properly. Let's sit properly, and then let's stand properly. And then let's not wait for things to get worse. Immediately you feel pain, go to the doctor. Just ask whatever is going on with you, and be rest assured that you are fine. When you are not fine, they will take care of you. Don't wait till things get worse before you run to the hospital. Just as I said, everything starts gradually. So when it's going to go away, it's going to go away gradually.
All right, thank you. And I said the last thing, but then let me push a bit and ask, can anyone just walk into the hospital and say, I'm here to see a physiotherapist?
Okay, yeah, here in Ghana, most times you will have to see the medical doctor, and then you'll be referred for physio. But you can still walk into the physio unit and then tell them your issues. If there's anything medically wrong, they will actually refer you to the doctor so that you'll be taken care of. So you can actually walk into any physio unit and then tell them your issues. They'll take care of you.
Okay, so we can walk into your clinic and say, I want to see PT Mills,
Sure.
because I want probably a thorough checkup or to check up on a pain that I'm having in any parts of the body.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you once again, Dr. Mills or PT Mills, for joining us in the studios today to help us understand what brings about knee and then back pain, and how to ensure that this pain doesn't pop up so early, or even if it pops up, how to manage ourselves. We are really, really grateful. Thank you all viewers for joining us today on Health Talk with Lisa. I believe that we have learnt a lot about this topic. If you still have any questions or thoughts to share, you can always do that on this channel. You can send in your questions, your thoughts. We'll relay to PT Mills, and then we can always get back to you. And so we are grateful for God giving us today and the opportunity to be on the talk show today. Before we go, I would like to appreciate our sponsors. And our proud sponsors have been ABBA Partners, who have also been the proud sponsor of Your Salvation is Now Crusade. And viewers, get ready. We will have Your Salvation is Now Crusade very soon. Our mother will announce the dates when it's ready, and we hope to see all of you there. Pray with us, pray with our mother, and somebody's salvation is now. We've also had the sponsorship of Ben Benny Travel Consults. Anything that has to do with travel documentations, you can call on them on 0244 362445, and they are located at Foriko Mall at Osu. So you can call them anytime to assist you with any travel issues that you have. We've also had Lightest Media supporting us, and they deal with media issues, they deal with graphic designing, photography, videography, any other service that is in connection with media. They are your solution. You can reach them on 0548179863. We also had Hemco Enterprise, and they deal with all kinds of Casapreco products, especially water, and they have been providing us with water in our studios to refresh us as we go on this discussion. And Hemco Enterprise is located at Tema Community 2 and also at Dowenya. You can call her on 0244 324883, and she'll be there to assist you with all your product needs from Casapreco. We also have Rob Automation, and theirs is dealing with any machinery issues that has to do with roofing, block making, machine construction, batch planting, you name it. They are your solution. You can call them on 050-4939-395, and they are located at Amasaman, IJ Kotoku. So call them now. Prissy Logistics, she deals in any freights and logistics issues, general services that has to do with general clearing of goods, services, imports, exports. So if you have any product you want to import or export, call her on 024-6658-161, and she'll be there to assist you with any logistical issues. Kenley Company buys and sells used or new products, whether for the home or for the offices. So if you have any of these needs, they are located at Tema Stadium, opposite the Tema Stadium, and you can reach them on 0244 219633. We also have Decovas Company sponsoring us. They set up our studio for us, and as you can see, the studio looks so beautiful and wonderful. And so you can reach them on 0244 260080. Any decor that you need for your parties, for your weddings, for your studios, they are just a call away. We have also Reps Household Limited, and they deal in gadgets, appliances, televisions, rice cookers, washing machines, you name it. Any household appliances, you can call them, and they are ready to deal in cash or on credit. So you can call them on 0546 090 403, and they will be there to assist you. Finally, but not the least, we have eFashion and Boutique, and they have any attire, unisex attire for both adults and kids, traditional wear, foreign wear, you name them, they have it all. And so you can reach them on 02440 84240. All right, viewers, there you have it. It's a wrap today on Health Talk with Lisa, and my name is Abigail Kwe. And before I go again, just a recap on the activities for Promised Land Faith Ministries. So on Mondays, online on this same channel, PCTV, you can join us for our online Bible studies at 7 p.m. And then on Tuesdays, there's Women Fellowship at our Faith Temple, Tema Community 1 in the evening at 7. On Wednesdays in the morning is Faith Hour at the Faith Temple, same place, Tema Community 1, behind the Goy Oil Filling Station, and it starts at 10 a.m. Then on Fridays, we have Manifestation All Night. Last Friday was a powerful session in the presence of God, and you wouldn't want to miss it this coming Friday as well. So join us every Friday at the Faith Temple Tema Community 1 for manifestation half night. And on Sundays, we have our victory service in the morning starting at 8 a.m. Same place, Faith Temple at Tema Community 1. And then on the last Friday of every month, we meet at our Dominion Temple at Doyum of the Shire Hills, Akosombo Road. And on the Sunday of the last week of the month as well, that's the same place we have our victory service. So do join us any of these times for a blessed time in God's presence. Thank you all so much, and a big thanks to our mother for once again for birthing this great vision, which is PCTV, to spread Christ, to spread the word of God across the globe. And on this same channel, we have Visitation Hour from Mondays to Fridays at 11 a.m. with our mother, Apostle Bernice Ajimai Prempe. And then on Thursdays, every Thursday, we have Inspirational Hour with Pastor Jesse at 3 p.m. And then we have Health Talk with Lisa every Sunday at 4 p.m. as we've just had. So do join us on any of these sessions to be blessed. Thank you once again, and see you same time next week. Don't come alone. Make sure you invite a friend to be part of this to be blessed. God bless you.
Go your crusade wo Kumase. Near friend me Kalamoto focus. They say friend me say focus. Obi a friend Kala bi animu aden. Na so Nyankopon ma me be ye difo. E ma de si Kumase bin si that there. Me area there. And I speak over your life. Market. They say market. You be a woman of God. Don't joke with your dreams. Don't joke with your dreams. And what they say, mean Yapon Jenatade. Fakata one pencil. Jenatade. Now so labor word. No mami jira no asema what can I say? Erade Nyankopon miminti makole wonfa no wonfa no miminti
but when someone comes in to me the man say my God
beginning of your pregnancy na kepesi esen complications like I said kakola we be do sabre we na nka wo senka wo do 7 months right yi baby efru yam but adentia there is a grace. Your power, Jenatadi. Father, sir, Copim say, a down the quack wo, and it will labor with me because she said, what shall man be at time? Now, hear me. Opa will say the Hebrew for man away. And we say, we frack at your mama, say, Mama, a bantam crato.
Mommy, God bless you. As I was coming from the house today, I just heard a voice. If you go to mommy. Tell mommy that I should give you one of her dress. And my voice not twice, but not me ask what day. Mommy last year call program no. I heard the voice, but not me who how I make her. See me call washroom no. I heard the voice. The woman of God will pray for you. So hurry up and come.
Order for bomb and what day?
Remember, the greatest wealth is your health. Thank you for watching.